Hey, what is up everyone? It says welcome back to another video. So a community update just dropped for Battlefield 6, the open beta debrief. Some pretty big changes here. Movement got nuked, for example, weapons are changing, and much more. So without further ado, let's go into the patch notes immediately. Weapons, we're making targeted adjustments to deliver a more consistent and rewarding gunplay experience. This includes a general pass on recoil and tap-fire mechanics across all weapons, further emphasizing their unique feel and improving range differentiation. This is pretty cool. Now we're going back to the burst firing and tap firing of BF3, BF4, and BF1, which is a really good change. They also said they're investigating time to kill and time to death experiences and will share updates if they change something to it. I really hope they do change something about those because time to death felt extremely punishing in Battlefield 6 open beta. Now the big thing, the movement. Movement mechanics have been adjusted to create a more balanced and traditional Battlefield experience. Momentum, especially horizontal speed, carried from a slide into a jump, has been reduced. There is now a greater penalty for consecutive jumps, which lowers jump height when jumps are spammed. Firing while jumping or sliding will result in increased inaccuracy. These changes are designed to make sliding and jumping more situational, so they are no longer ideal options for engaging in gunfights, and will contribute to gameplay pace that rewards skillful movement without becoming too fast or unpredictable. It's kind of funny they're talking about rewarding skillful movement as they're nerfing movement, but I'm just kidding. They are basically fixing an exploit which was happening. You could chain a bunch of jumps after a slide, and many people created clips with that. It was still not very effective way of going around because you still got pretty huge inaccuracy even during the Battlefield 6 open beta when you were jumping and shooting or sliding while shooting. I felt like the movement in Battlefield 6 open beta was mostly fine. Jump shooting in particular wasn't even effective. So I'm not going to freak out yet as somebody who likes movement. We're going to see how this plays in the upcoming Battlefield Labs tests. But still, I'm surprised that this is one of the parts they're nerfing because honestly, I haven't heard much about it. So, okay. Parachute was also nerfed. Basically, they reduced the speed of it. The parachute felt like a fucking cannon in this game, so that was also tuned down, which is great. Then we have the maps. They said they observed some players finding a way to reach the rooftops. Basically, they're just adding a block mesh on those rooftops, and the upcoming assault ladder will also not be able to access any of those spots, which is nice. That's good. Fix those exploits. Modes, when it comes to Rush, the conversation we observed wasn't just about player count, but also about how maps play and the tactical experience they offer. Rush is a mode with deep roots, originally known as Gold Rush in Bad Company, where matches typically range from 12-12 to 16-16 players. Many of you remember this as the golden era of Rush and continue to inspire our approach today. This is good. I'm happy Bad Company 2 is their inspiration. It arguably had the best Rush experience of all Battlefields. That said, they've experimented with larger player counts over the years, such as 64 and even 128 player sessions. Don't remind me. And they say while these matches created intense, fast-paced moments, they also led to issues, overwhelming defenses, stalled frontless, and blah blah blah. So they're basically doubling down on why they're keeping the 16v16 players, which means me personally, I'm not going to be playing Rush because I found it pretty boring in Battlefield 6 open beta. So unless they offer 32 versus 32 Rush, I'm good. I'm not going to play Rush. I have Breakthrough for that. But if you enjoy the smaller player count Rush, it's going to stay 16v16, which is fine. They also said here, the approach to player counts, there was some confusion around the number of players in different games, so we wanted to take a moment to clarify our current direction for how to get this determined. Rather than locking maps and modes to a fixed player count, our philosophy is to adapt the best fit to internet experience. This may vary by map or evolve over time with player feedback. For example, at launch, some breakthrough layouts will support 48 players, while others will have 64. So we're going to have dynamic player counts. As they said, some maps will be 64. Let's say we want to play breakthrough on, I don't know, Mirak Valley, which is a pretty large map for Battlefield 6 standards. It's obviously going to be 64 player Rush and not 48. And then when we go back and play maybe Siege of Cairo, it's going to be 48-man breakthrough. And honestly, I think this is fine. I cannot even imagine how chaotic and frustrating 64-player Siege of Cairo must feel like. So this is overall a really good change. And then they also said they have playlist options. A limited variety of playlist options were created for the open beta to both showcase and test the flexibility of the matchmaking system. I really wish they said something about the server browser here, but they're doubling down now even more on the matchmaking. They say for more details on our playlist, visit the open beta playlist options post, so you can just go on X and visit that link if you want to see. They say playing with both open and closed weapons will continue to be options in Battlefield 6, and we're looking for ways to keep them easily accessible. So they're also keeping the closed weapons playlist permanently, even on launch, so they're not going to get rid of it just because it wasn't played as much as the open weapon system, which is good. So if you're worried about that, they're not going to be doing that. So you can enjoy your closed weapons if you so like. They also said the next steps with the insights gathered during the open beta play session, we will be introducing in-game adjustments in upcoming Battlefield Labs events. Stay tuned to our progress, updates, and future opportunities to get involved. So in Battlefield Labs, they're going to be testing now the Miraqueli and Operation Firestorm. They didn't say this yet, but this was revealed from another person. So if you are in Battlefield Labs, I think this Friday or maybe next Friday, you will be playing the 2 new maps. Well, I guess 1 new map and Miraqueli, then the new map, and they will have tanks, jets, helicopters, and all sorts of transport vehicles. So you have that to look forward to. 2 big maps are coming now to Battlefield Labs, which is good. We're gonna see. I'm gonna make a follow-up video on this video when I see how the movement feels, of course, in Battlefield Labs after all these pretty gigantic nerfs. I'm also surprised they haven't mentioned anything about the vehicles. I don't see any vehicles here, which is surprising because I would say that more people complain about the vehicles and maybe the longer queue times and matchmaking and server browser not being present than they did about movement. So I'm pretty surprised that movement got nerfed, but nothing else really changed other than them kind of fixing the gunfire. Oh, I forgot to mention this, sorry. They also nerfed the shotgun. You will now need more pellets to secure a kill, but this is nothing new. We already knew they're going to nerf the shotgun, and obviously this will be the choice. So that's basically the patch notes in a nutshell. I just gave you a quick and dirty one without any b-roll, so you have the patch notes here. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like and a comment if you did, and subscribe for future content. I will be doing more of these fast and dirty videos for you guys, so you just get the patch notes and you also understand how I'm feeling about them. So there you go. Take it easy. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.